Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ghostbox Live Experimental Sessions. My name is Greg Bakken. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. So we are going to, as experimental sessions work, what we do is we go after stuff that maybe we wouldn't normally try to do in a spirit box session. For example, on Sunday nights, when I do these, I tend to reach out to loved ones. When it is Tuesday nights, we go after something that may not be something that we are very familiar with, and that way we try something different, and we to try to do some communication that is something that's a little bit unique. What we're doing tonight, we've done a number of times, but I also know that this is always a really good way to see what kind of spirits are out there. And tonight we are going to be focusing on angelic energy, also known as angels. And with that, we're hoping to be able to, once again, as always, try to get some voices through the spirit box that you could say could be angelic. And now the thing is that it could be, it could be anything. And there's a couple people in there saying some stuff in the comments I'm going to address here real fast because first of all, nothing is stupid, and I know that people are just, and no one's saying that to other people. They're saying about their ideas, and it's not the case at all. But I do want to say, I'm looking like it looks like I'm a little choppy again online. I do not know why that is. Am I choppy to all of you out there? Because I'm looking at my profile page and it's looking really bad. Camera's a little blurry. It's artifacting, and I don't know why. It's a hard wired in to the computer, and I don't know why it's not working. And it's very frustrating, actually. There should be no reason for that whatsoever. While people are still here, then I will keep going, even though, quite frankly, I am not happy with this at all. I don't understand why this is. Can you hear me all right, though? Can everyone hear me all right coming through? It's frustrating because there's no reason why that should happen. Moving over to this side of things, yeah, I don't understand what the deal is here. And I'd say I'm going to stop and come back on, but I mean, I can just see that it's saying that I don't have any of that I'm down to like one like little part of the Wi-Fi logo, but I'm hardwired in. It shouldn't be working that way at all. Let me try settings here real fast. And I do not understand why this doesn't work. And it's actually kind of annoying me greatly. So, all right. Well, we're just gonna have to go with it for a little bit until it starts to make me very upset. So what we have going on here, and I apologize for the quality. I just don't understand why it is that way. It looks fine on my end, but then when I'm looking at my Facebook profile page, it doesn't look good at all. And it's not weather. Weather is fine out here. It's just something stupid going on with either the computer or my setup, and I don't understand what it is. So a couple things going on here. First of all, now Annette, where are you? Annette says that has anyone tried to reach out to any Greek gods? Now that's a good question. Someone this afternoon, Jim Seuss, had asked me whether or not I've ever tried to reach out to any indigenous people. So for a couple reasons, I have not reached out to any Greek gods because I do not really know a whole lot about them. I have not reached out to any indigenous people because I am frightened of being accidentally disrespectful or not understanding the not understanding like what they need and what they want. It's stuff like that that is very frustrating, that I would hate to do something or say something wrong. And that's why I do not investigate native lands and places like that, because I just don't know the history in it. And there's so much that happens at these locations that I do not want to do anything that would actually upset anyone. So, with that being said, um, let's see. And then, at least it looks like that I can see stuff in my profile again, which I couldn't a couple weeks ago. Every time it feels like that Facebook does something ridiculous. So anyway, so what we're looking at tonight is a little bit of different setup. The K2 that's right here is lit up. It's just that the green light um, is not very bright. So I'm just trying to do a couple different things to bring through. I was going to put out the Ouija board tonight, but if we're going to reach out to angelic spirits, it just didn't seem like that would be the best thing to do. So before I go any further, I do want to just remind people, and I think because it's Halloween season, I wanted to get some interesting people on my radio show. So this Sunday, I'm going to have on Sister Kia Lynn Francis. We're going to be speaking about exorcism on Sunday. She has done them. We're going to be talking about what happens during them and how the people who are actually getting the exorcism, how they react. So that's 4:06 p.m. Central Standard Time this Sunday. Please check it out. It's going to be a really, really interesting show. Okay, so I think um, that's going to be one to listen to. So please do, and please take part. Okay, please take part in it. Please ask questions. And I know that, especially Sunday during football season, you may not get to it or anything, but definitely worth checking out. Call in if you can. I've been having some problems connecting the Facebook version to the Facebook networks, and that's simply because of that. We're allowed to use copyrighted music on the radio show, but Facebook doesn't recognize that because it's a different deal. So they're kicking me off almost every week. And so, as much as I love having the music and making, because we legally can do it, I'm having to drop different, like having some fun music to bring us in, because it ruins it for everybody else, apparently. So that's a bummer, obviously, but that's 4:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. Another thing I'm offering up to people, if they want to do it, is if we can get enough people for the show right before Halloween, so that'd be October 30th, the radio show, that is. I'm looking for people to record a ghost story, and I mean something that happened to them. You know, don't be like, you know, 40 minutes telling it. If you could do it within 2 minutes, get to the point, send me a audio file. I would love to have an episode where I play a few of these ghost stories, and then the rest of it will be just us chatting about paranormal. If you are able to do it, please send it. I'm putting it in the comments now. Please send it to my radio show email account, and that is just Greg at ghostboxradio.com, and just send it to me. But I'll need it sooner or later, and if we don't get enough, we'll do it at some point. But the thing is, when you are actually asking people to do something, even with the greatest intentions, they generally don't. It's not a rip, it's just a fact. So, as much as I'm like, send it in, and you think they're going to get this outpouring of people with their scary stories, I'll probably get one. And if that's the case, then we'll save it for some point. As Jeremy says, yep, yeah, they have. And after all, they usually release it. Yep, but at that point, I want the interaction, as you all would too. Like when you get your, do you send video or voicemail? Well, not voicemail. Just if you could do an audio recording of it and send it my way, or if you even want to do a video, I'll strip the audio off of it. Definitely, send it to me, but don't send me a voicemail. I mean, first of all, I mean, unless you mean a voice recorder sort of thing, then that's fine. But do that, please. Now, also, tomorrow, and welcome, Kirsty. I appreciate you joining in. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing, we're going to be hosting, uh, I'm going to be hosting Greg Casas' show, Metaphysical Crossings, on MN Ghostbox. We're going to be doing the Estes method tomorrow. People who do not know, Greg's show every week, every Wednesday, he brings in somebody in the ITC community, intertransmental communication, which Spirit Box is part of. And we try kind of like experimental sessions here. We do different things to see what kind of results and responses we get. And normally his network that he's on, I think they're just on hiatus for a couple weeks. He wanted to keep things moving. So he asked if I can do the show tomorrow. As far as do the show, like host the show, it's his show. He'll be getting things moving and going. And but we'll be doing an Estes tomorrow. So join us at 8 p.m. Hopefully we're not pixelated. Oh my goodness, we are pixelated though, aren't we? Hopefully tomorrow's a better internet day. What the hell? So that's what we're doing. So did I get through everything? I mean, I'm not talking about we're not talking about Patreon or anything tonight. We're just wanting to get to stuff. Also, keep in mind, we are getting close to announcing our next live with a good name, a big good name that she doesn't do a lot of conventions, and she has been on my show before, but she's going to be doing kind of the thing that we did with Nick Roth, and we're still finalizing all that up, but that is coming. So please, if you are interested, please consider taking part, because we really need that. So with that being said, it's just so annoying how pixelated that is. That being said, let's speak to spirit. The intention tonight, and why I'm bringing this up, the intention tonight, I want to reach out to angelic spirits. Now, not everyone recognizes angels. Okay. We ran into this with, like, when we tried to reach out to the Virgin Mary and other things. Not everyone recognizes these entities, and that's okay. I recommend that you set the intention of wanting to reach out to somebody or something that is of similar vein. If it's good, if it's beautiful, helpful, full of love, then it doesn't matter. It's all the same. So that's what we're going to do. I'm reaching out to angels, but that means that whatever that means to you, set that intention, please. Okay. So yeah, and let's see here. Anything else here? I don't know. He's happily not a pain in my butt, that's for sure. That's nice. So I had been unemployed for a year, and this week or last week actually, I started a job. So it's like the time is much more limited than it was before, and it's fine, except that it gets tired and stuff. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens, and Linus has been trying to deal with the change, because I mean a year of us just kind of really doing whatever we want. Now I have a little bit more of a structure that I need to follow. So those are just kind of the ways those work. But so yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's do some protection. Okay. Now, once again, as we can see here, we have two K2s. We have the Linus detector. We have a flashlight. We also have the bell. Now, I'm not really expecting anything from anything tonight, and I'll explain why. And I put this in some chats, the last number of weeks, I have not been able to pick up spirit in really any capacity. So that's one reason why I haven't been on. And I just am not really sure what we're going to get tonight. And I don't mean that as like anything negative. I just mean that as, are we going to get anything at all? So, um, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But make sure your feet are planted. We're going to do some protection. If you don't want to do protection, you certainly do not have to. But what we're trying to do tonight is set the intention, and the intention from here is I am looking for any angelic energy to come through. We're looking for healing energy as well. I am asking for the gift of healing for everyone who's watching tonight. Anyone who is part of this, I'm asking for them to be healed with whatever they need, whether it's just from here or anything that they have going on in their lives. That I am asking that any energy, such as Raphael or Michael, can you please send us healing energy tonight? Can you please come through and talk to us? Any angels that want to talk to us, can you please come through? This is what we want tonight. We don't want any negative energy. We do not want anything that is that is not of love and light. But we're looking for higher than love and light tonight. We're looking for that realm that is above all of it, of the voices that are so high and so distorted because they are just on a different plane than ours. I'm looking for the choir of angels tonight. I'm looking to hear them sing. Sing for us, please. Sing for us and give us your grace. This is what I'm looking for tonight. And I'm hoping that you all will hope to try to get that through as well, because we do this together. So we're going to turn this on, and we're going to see what we can come up with. Now, we've used this. Last time I used this was at Velisca, and we got some interesting things that came through. Now everything has been saged, so we shouldn't be getting anything that the vibration should be high tonight. So let's start. As usual, right? Let's try it one more time. It worked in Velisca. Let's see if we can get it going here. Give it.
Like dunk on my chemical things. You really are magical.
Give me a second. It's always this box that causes the most trouble too, and it's the box I like to use the most. So I'm not sure why it doesn't want to work, but we're going to try switching some gears here. And try it again. Not letting me do it, folks. I'm going to make sure my Bluetooth isn't on the phone. I'm going to turn that off just to make sure that that isn't causing some issue, because sometimes that does too. So let's try it again. See, it just keeps stopping. And I'm not 100% sure why that is. And it was working fine when we're in Velisca, but it's not doing it here. And I just don't understand why that is. So Lynette, hi Linus. I'm not sure where Linus is at the moment, to be honest. Still not doing it. Sometimes, and you may not believe this, sometimes I have to sage before I get the spirit box to work in this house.
Okay, I'm not. You already took a video of me typing at work?
See, it stopped again. I am not sure what is going on here. But unfortunately, what that means is I do not have the patience tonight to try to keep trying to make this work when, quite frankly, it should work. And you're hearing it work and then you hear it stop. So I am not sure why this is the case. But I'm going to go through a couple things, but my guess is I'm not doing Spirit Box tonight. And you have the issue with the internet not working very well, and then you have the box not working. So it seems to me that I need to sage again, because you don't want to blame everything on Spirit if it doesn't go your way, but at the same time, why is it not working? Everything should be working just fine. There's batteries, everything is on, so why is it not working? So I'm going to try a couple other things here real fast, but I'm going to answer a couple questions here. So I see, we can, I don't know if anyone has anything to actually want to really talk to me about, but let's see here. Greg is on. So Greg, I mentioned that we're going to be on tomorrow on Metaphysical Crossings, going to be at MN Ghostbox and my personal profile page as well. So that will be really nice. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else, Greg, that we should be talking about here. Greg, are we doing the Estes session tomorrow method again? Because I don't need the speaker for that, at least. I just have my headphones I need to use. But everything else, I am truly not sure. Let's see if maybe I'll turn off the I'll try turning off the Bluetooth on the computer, which I don't know if that's even on, but let me try, because we'll see how long this lasts. See, why would it do that? Let's see if a new show we're starting on the networks, and that is watch Greg you try to use a spirit box. Isn't it fun? So tonight, did you hear my name? That was my name that just came through. Someone trying to reach out to us? Do you know why? Do you know why this doesn't work for me? Why you keep turning it off? Tonight I am looking for angelic energy. I don't feel like we have it. I'm looking for angelic energy. I know it's going to stop. I'm trying to turn it up, actually. I'm looking for angels. Who else is here? I heard my name, I heard laughter, and I heard love you. It's myself on one of the other pages in Blur Vision. Can I find out who's here with me right now, please? Come on. We're looking for some healing energy tonight. When I talk, it doesn't work. Can we get some healing energy, please? Maybe try to heal this thing.
Right.
Can I get any names of who's here with me right now, please? Now I thought, did I hear Dan? Did I hear like Dan, or maybe it was something else? Feel free to come over here and turn stuff on. All you really need to do is get close to it. Lights will start going on. You can communicate with us that way if you so desire. I heard Dan. Don heard Don. Mandy heard David. Just got a full sentence. I didn't know what that was, though. Do I have any spirits from Melbourne that can come through? I was just there. Anyone from Melbourne? Got a yes? I need you to speak up a little bit more for me, please. What about Velisca? Do I have anyone here from Velisca? Tracy, what do you mean you don't know? You don't remember where it was? Do we have any relatives here tonight? I thought when I said that, I thought someone said me. I thought I heard me. Mandy said she heard 8. If you are a relative to somebody, who are you here for? Could you say their name for me, please? A little louder, please.
Tonight.
Not tonight. Did you hear that? I think that's a very real thing, actually. Not tonight. Literally, clearly, not tonight.
Mama.
Wilmer? Are you saying nobody wants to speak to me tonight? Does it? That might be my energy, quite frankly.
Something.
If you're here for anybody, can you say their name for me, please? Oh, Tracy, you're out in Sioux Falls. Such a beautiful, beautiful area. Well, I'm probably all blurry and pixelated, so I apologize for that. People are so demanding. Can you tell me how many spirits are in this room with me right now, please? Can I get a number? Did I hear 7? Can some of you tell me your names, please? Loudly? I see if the bell is moving.
Help you.
Help me. It says help you, actually, but I took it as help me. Did you hear that? Another help. Someone just said archangels. The kid's voice. Archangels. Did you hear that? And it was in a higher voice, like a child, like a helium-like voice. Anyone else hear that? Archangel. Are the archangels watching us right now? We're asking for your grace and your healing energy. Can we? I keep hearing my name. I hear Michael. I hear Archangel. Archangel Michael, can you please provide healing energy to all of us watching? And that if we know it, that we get the vibration, the energy vibration from you. May we get that, please. May we get that now. I often hear the term choir of angels. May we hear that? May we hear that through this? Did I hear not on here? Is there a way? Is there a way we can hear it at all? Is there a way we can hear your angelic voices sing? Did someone just brush against my leg? I asked, did somebody just brush against my leg? Immediately you get, yeah.
Please stop. Wanted to go.
Wanted to go. Please help, wanted to go.
Help me.
Same voice.
No one.
John.
Yeah.
I just heard John's name. So what brushed against my leg? Was that AJ? AJ, are you here?
And no.
Who wants to Who wants to speak to John? Does someone want to speak to John? So no. So okay. Second time that voice came through. So are you John and you want to speak to us? Are you aware of the people watching tonight? Can you say one of their names for me? Are you able to say the name of one of the people that is watching me tonight? No? Because you know some of their names, I'm sure. Don, my back is not cold. So the dog dare me to do what? Now who's talking to us? Huh? I think you're all talking to yourselves and not really paying attention to us. Yeah, good point. Spirits, can you say? Did it just say Steve? Steve, did you hear that? There's a voice. Steve. Welcome to Ghostbox Live. Yep. Sure the hell did. Thank you. I heard Bart also twice. Bart or Art? There's somebody named Bart trying to reach out to us. You get your name said and you think it's your show now? Who said Steve's name? Can we get yours, please? Do you know a Bart, Steve? There's 3 times I've heard what sounds to me like Bart. Is there a Bart? Am I hearing this correctly? If I'm getting the energy in here, can you move this bell for me? Can you move that for me, please? Just swing it. Yeah, I heard that. Can you move that bell for us?
What?
Your birthday? Not my birthday. Is it anybody's birthday? Whoever said Steve's name, do you have a message for the Bart that he knows? you have anything else you want to say to Steve, he's here, he's listening, he's intrigued. I'm just listening. Who else is here tonight? Anybody who wants to say hello? Where were you originally from? We're not getting a ton. I mean, we were getting some, and then it kind of feels like that it's kind of tapering off a little bit. Okay. To any of our angels that are out there right now and that could talk to us, do you love your wings? How large are your wings? Can you show us? Our dear angels, can you travel through time? I do. Did you hear I do? Does time mean anything to you the way it does to us?
Jacob.
Jacob? St. Michael. are you here with us? St. Michael, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the energy that you've passed along to us tonight. Raphael, thank you so very much. We'd love to hear from you all again. And I shut the session down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who heard, you're welcome. I heard it as well. I wasn't sure. Whether or not that's what it was, but that's what I thought it was, and you all are all making it very clear that I did hear correctly when I said to Saint Michael, "Thank you so very much for everything," and you got "You're welcome." So that is pretty interesting. Pam, yes, we did get Mother Mary. In Easter is when we did it, and what was interesting about that. And I have to go find the recording because I should really have that. Was that I asked Mother Mary, "Are you here?" And the female voice came through and said, "I am here." And it is probably one of the greatest responses I've ever received. And then for the rest of the night, all you would hear is stuff like "I love you." I mean, just over and over and over. I've never heard anything like it. Just like you're asking questions and you'd hear soft voices through the box, "I love you." I've never experienced anything like it. It was truly fantastic. And so yeah, we got it. We got a good session tonight. I am too. Thank you very much. And that's just it. When we've done this before about the healing, I've had people reach out to me the next day saying that things that were hurting the next day were not hurting. Well, Greg, I'm doing a show, so I did kind of look, but I haven't really read through all that stuff. Now, what is interesting about all that is that like I said, I've had people respond saying, I'm not trying to make it sound like that we're doing miracles over here, okay, but because to me miracle is like a person making that happen. We're asking for someone to do something and they are obliging us, so that's what it's all about. And so as Brad, I think as long as you're open to it when we ask for it, hopefully something comes your way. So it's really really important. And this, I'm not trying to sound like a sermon over here, okay, but it's important that you believe, you know not in the sense of I believe I need to go to church. I believe that good things can happen if we try to manifest it. That's the way I see it, at least. So hopefully some of you are seeing it that way as well. Hi, Alicia. Thank you for joining. So that's kind of where we're at there. I'm surprised with how much angelic activity we got. And I was just saying the same thing. Yep, I'm surprised with how it kicked in. You know what, it felt like that it started to really pump up is when Steve's name came through, I think. When we asked for Steve's name to come through, and then it did, a deep voice, and I really felt like that then we started to kind of hit. Now, partially, this is going to sound really bad, but often when there's one thing that sparks that changes my how I'm handling a session, and that might also have something to do with it as well. That I've suddenly opened it up better than I had at the first part. Who knows? Regardless, we got something, and we got something good. So yeah. And I am confused, Greg. Are we not doing this on Ghostbox tomorrow? It sounds like you're doing it on the normal Shadow Hunters network because you're back on Friday. Just for those of you, because I did say originally we're doing it all on my stuff. If not, just watch my pages to watch Metaphysical Crossings to see where it's going to be, whether it's over here or if it's over with Greg. So over at Shadow Hunters. So with that being said, let's do this. Make sure that we are, we spoke to angels tonight. Doesn't mean that we don't go through the process of reminding, apart from the angels, the true angels, that any spirit that have reached out to us tonight, you are not allowed to continue communicating with us. The store is closed and we will reopen it on Sunday. So that being said, why don't we call it a night? Once again, folks, going to a couple extremes here. We're trying to speak to angels, but Sunday on my radio show, we're going to have Sister Kia Lynn Francis. We're going to be talking about exorcism. Since it's October, let's talk about some interesting things. Not trying to scare anybody, okay? Not trying to be creepy or anything, but what we are trying to do is just trying to have some interesting conversations. So with that, let's call it a night. And then from there, we will come back on Sunday. And then please watch my radio show at 4:06 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. Reach out to me if there is anything that doesn't seem quite right. Otherwise, everyone have a good week, and we'll talk to you later. Take care, everyone. Good night.